Hello, my name's Matt and welcome to this week's Vectra news. Now, overall gaming related news for this year is still only just starting to pick up, so do expect this video to be a little bit shorter than usual. But here is what's coming up in today's episode. There's some reports of a 2 vs 2 mode for Hearthstone from a Blizzard insider, Nintendo decide to exclude some games for their YouTube creator program, and I'm going to give you a brief rundown of a few games which have recently been released. If you're a fan of Hearthstone, you might be pleased to hear that a 2 vs 2 mode may be on its way sometime in April this year, along with the game's next upcoming update. Yesterday, a Yahoo Finance contributor by the name of Tae Kim posted an article suggesting what we should come to expect in the game's next content update. According to this article, the focus will be on PvE, and the team has also been said to experimenting with a possible 2 vs 2 mode. Now, this 2v2 mode could be done in a number of ways, one being that a player controls each of their own heroes, or there could be a team of 2 players who have to share the control of a single hero. But as of right now, even the concept of the mode has yet to receive official confirmation from Blizzard. Yesterday, Hearthstone was also said to have surpassed 75 million players, and the insider claimed that the numbers for the game were off the charts. Although, since then, the official statistics have proved this number is completely inaccurate, and the official numbers are more or less around the 25 million milestone. This supposed Blizzard insider has also claimed that the team that was working on Diablo 3 has now moved on to another project which is set in the StarCraft universe. He also said that the executives have low expectations for Heroes of the Storm and there should be some expected staff layoffs, and that the next expansion for World of Warcraft is almost feature complete now. However, for all of this, Blizzard have decided to decline in making any comment on them. Now, last week you might have remembered Andy talking about Nintendo's plans for their new monetization program on YouTube. But this week it seems as though some more information has crept up, with Nintendo revealing that they made the decision to exclude several game series such as Pokemon, Super Smash Bros. And even Bayonetta from their ad revenue sharing scheme. Essentially, this means that if you decide to register your Nintendo related videos through their creator program, you won't receive any revenue for those games. Now, it's worth remembering that Super Smash Bros. Is one of the biggest titles that's currently available for the Wii U, so this definitely doesn't seem like a wise move for them to do this. We've already seen many large YouTube channels unhappy with this program, even with the likes of PewDiePie stating on his Tumblr profile that he thinks the whole thing is a slap in the face to YouTube channels that do focus on Nintendo games exclusively, and that the people who have helped and showed passion for Nintendo's community are the ones who are left in the dirt the most here. But despite all of this backlash, Nintendo have reported that they've been receiving a higher volume of applications to register than they did originally expect. This also means that the 3-day waiting period for monetization will now take even longer. It's also worth mentioning that a high volume of those applications doesn't necessarily dictate an immediate success, as a lot of these video and channel submissions could be generating a very low amount of user traffic. On top of this longer waiting time for your video to be monetized, you're also going to have to accept the fact that if you take part in this program, Nintendo will be able to change the rate they share with you at any point, even in a situation where they decide that they'd like to take all of that revenue, and you also have to only want to share positive opinions about Nintendo, otherwise you might miss out on potential benefits if you decide to say any negative things about their products. So that means you can forget about freely expressing what you really might think, and it doesn't really lend a helping hand to those of you who are video game critics. It seems as though with every week that does go by, Nintendo is finding more and more ways to make things harder for YouTube content creators, and in order for this program to get as much support as possible from the community, deciding to exclude some of the most popular and mainstream titles definitely doesn't do them any favours. But what do you think about Nintendo's creator program? Whether it's positive or negative, be sure to let us know in the comments section below. Now, other than that, there aren't many other big headlines that have happened over the course of this week. So instead, I'm just going to tell you about a few games which have been released recently or are expected to come out soon. One of the games is Grow Home, which is Ubisoft's new experimental adventure game where you have to take on the role of a utility droid and you're searching for a new species of plant that can oxygenate your home planet. It's got a very unique look and feel to it, and it's actually not too expensive to grab a copy of it on Steam right now. Another game which is also available on Steam and consoles as well is Life is Strange. Now this game is very similar to the style that you see in Telltale games, but in this you've also got the ability to basically go back in time and correct some of the mistakes you make. It's also an episodic format, so the first episode is available now, and like I said previously, it's available on Steam, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And last but not least, both the cooperative first-person shooter game Evolve and the very creatively named New 3DS are both set for release early next week. But that is all for Vectra News this week, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and also follow us on Twitter and Facebook if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on. But other than that, I have been Matt, and I'll see you later.